Yeah, it was, they wanted to change it from 20 visits per spell of illness, which is the current policy, to 20 visits calendar year, and then you'd have to get pre-authorization. And my understanding is that pre-authorization process is not the easiest. I mean, and we just don't generally like pre-authorizations in general because we see them as a, really as an impediment to care, additional paperwork and delay. And so we had I think, a very direct meeting with them that you were on, and we were made aware that they felt that they could roll it out basically in the middle of April. And we asked them respectfully, please don't do that. We'd like to help you find a better solution. And they did put a pause on it. And then they came back and said, we're gonna pursue doing this through the administrative rules process. And I want to be very careful not to nerd out to our viewers, or listeners, but they really believe that they had the authority to make these types of changes without going through the administrative rules process. And we disagreed with that legally and politically. And that's the process that you have to go through to make these types of changes that are consistent with statutory and budgetary authority, but allows for more stakeholder input. And I think that that's where they were kind of pushing the envelope, maybe legally, in terms of thinking they could do this. But again, we're not looking to get into a political fighting match. We're trying to resolve this through advocacy and conversation. And but that was important that they came back and said, we're going to pursue these changes through the administrative rules process, which I think is a big win for our advocacy efforts. It shows that fighting appropriately, well, not fighting, pushing back, maybe that's the right word, Chris, pushing back using your tools of influence and advocacy is the right thing to do in this case. And I would stand behind that decision because I think it was the right decision. We engaged our political allies. We reached out to Senator Rachel Cabral Guevara, State Representative Clint Moses, chiropractor, certain Democrats on the Senate Health Committee, and we asked them to put influence, calls, emails over. Representative Moses did a letter asking questions. And so I think that was important that we reacted appropriately and got our political allies to put pressure on them to hold on it. And we're in a better place. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet, and we can talk about that. But I think that was a really good example of why a strong state association that can rally advocacy and political pressure in a timely manner matters. Because if we had not done that, I believe we'd be sitting there now with a change in policy that restricts access to chiropractic within Medicaid, and really would have, or not erased, but really would have been a step back from all the efforts that we made in the last few budgets. And so I'm proud of that work, but we have more work to do. But I think we should be proud of the work that we did to get them to stop on that and pursue a different process where we'll have a seat at the table.